Morning, we're going to be tying a variation to an older pattern that we've tied on the blog here before. This was the Bonefish toad fly. We've made a few slight modifications to it. We're tying today on an SL45 size 4, but you could adjust that to the size of the fish that you're going after. I've got some Lagerton 150 denier rusty orange thread. Lay a nice little thread wrap all the way back to the base. I believe the original one was tied with craft fur. This is actually pseudo hair. I've been using this the last couple years and actually kind of like it better than craft fur. And one of the main reasons is that the consistency of the fiber is real even. It's even more even than the craft fur, and you don't have to pick out a bunch of the under fur or pull a bunch of the really long stuff out. It's got a cool natural taper. And the other thing I like about it is that if you don't want to trim it with scissors, you don't have to. You actually can just pull the fibers off. So I've got a length here of about 2.5 to 3 inches. We can always trim that down afterwards, but I will tie that in right at the end. This is going to be the tail section. I do like to parachute post that just a little bit to keep it from fouling a little bit more. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bar that piece of pseudo hair. So I've got a black Sharpie here. I also like brown a lot, a little bit more natural looking. But segmentation and a little bit of extra motion even when the fly's at a standstill. So I can already see, that's pretty much too long. You can just touch your scissors to it and it tapers down really easily. It's great stuff to work with. Next thing I'm going to use is a small piece of gold variant cross-cut rabbit. I like this because again it's going to add a little bit more motion at the back end of the fly. And great colors for shrimp patterns, kind of a golden brown two-tone. Just a single wrap of that will do wonders. It also kind of covers up your thread wrap, so it makes a little bit neater looking fly. There. I've got some pumpkin purple flake legs here. Okay, it's kind of a cool purple glow to it when you're looking at it, but being kind of in a bonefishy color. So I cut off a piece off of the skein of rubber legs there that's just big enough to wrap all the way around the hook, and that way I can get the legs to kind of flare out 365 or 360 degrees around it. Then we're going to create the body, and this is the EP Tarantula fibers. Really easy to work with and kind of a cool material, lots of movement, with basically a dubbing built in, so it is a body material that moves like crazy. It's on a wire, so basically like a chenille, you're just going to wrap that forward. The original one was tied with, what was the name of that product? Remember that? Body fur. Which is good stuff too, but it doesn't have near as much movement as this material does.
This is very durable stuff too, with the wire.
That's the other thing too. Yeah, this stuff is. I think this will, take toothy bites from cudas or whatever, and stand a little bit of a chance if you don't lose the fly on the strike. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a set of extra small black lead eyes on there. I can already kind of see that my rubber legs are a little bit on the long side on this one, so we'll trim those back in just a second. Figure 8 those eyes in place. So I've had good luck with this fly, the old fly, fishing for Keys bonefish, and especially a little bit deeper water, but also with the turtle grass bottoms.
Little tarpon love this too.
And snook and
yeah.
A weed guard would be another good option on this fly. A lot of different ways to tie those on. I'll let you guys decide at home how you want to do that. But there is a completed, modified, new material bonefish toad. It's one of my favorites. I hope it's one of yours too.